Hey Katrina, can I hit you with a kind of odd question? I'm curious, have you ever seriously thought about tying the knot with me? I sense that you might be leaning that way. Maybe even considering popping the question. Just wondering, so give me your thoughts when you can.
Oh, hey, Paul. Well, since you asked, I have been thinking about it. And realized that I only have about 6 more months until I am finished with my 20s. And since I would also like to have kids in the future, I was thinking that just from a matter of timing it might be a good decision to get married.
So, you're into having kids? What if we just have them without the whole marriage thing?
What do you mean by that?
Honestly, I think I've got a few good years left. And the whole marriage and kids idea feels a bit premature. It might cramp my style, you know?
Getting hitched would cramp your style?
No, don't twist my words. I just mean, marriage is essentially signing a piece of paper with your partner, right? Besides, people in their 40s are having kids now. So no need to stress about timing. I figure we've got about 10 more years of freedom before we make any big moves like marriage.
So, you're suggesting I have kids after my 40s?
Well, I know you want kids, so what's the harm in waiting a bit longer?
I don't know if you're aware, but health risks for both the baby and mother increase with age. That's what I was getting at.
Ah, I see. Well then, should we call it quits?
Excuse me? What are you saying?
If waiting doesn't sit well with you, maybe we should end things now.
Oh. Well. Fine. Let's do that then.
Good. Glad it's straightforward. Thanks for understanding.
Actually, I'm relieved to be ending things, Paul.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, we've been together for 10 years. I've spent my 20s supporting you, and this is how you respond. How did I not see this earlier? Good riddance, jerk.
Hold on, Katrina. I don't get why you're making such a big deal out of this. We're adults now. Keep it cool, as you said. When you've cooled off, feel free to reach out if you want to talk. Hey Katrina. Long time no talk. How long has it been now? Something like 5 years. Well, I am just messaging to let you know that I have thought about it long and hard. And I think I am finally ready to marry you. Isn't that great? But I think that you might have moved since the last time that we talked. I know that last time you were in one of your moods. But I am hoping that you've calmed down enough since then to tell me what your new address is. Actually, I am still living in our hometown. I actually tried to surprise you at your old place by showing up in a tux with some flowers and a ring. But it turns you weren't there and I was all nervous for nothing. It was kind of embarrassing, but I'm over it now. So where's your new place? I've got another surprise for you. So please try and tell me where you live at least by some time tomorrow, okay? Hello? Are you there? You can't be serious. Don't tell me that after 5 years you are still all but hurt about me breaking up with you. I really didn't think that you were the type of person to hold grudges like that. I guess after you and I get married, I will have to remember not to piss you off since you can never let anything go, it seems. Anyways, go ahead and tell me your new address when you get these messages.
What the heck are these messages?
Yay! Finally, someone checked their messages. Honestly, what were you doing all day? I told you I wanted you to tell me where you are living now so I can show up with a big surprise. Hurry up and tell me already. I need to figure out how long it will take you to get to the venue from your place.
Sorry, surprise? What is all this about?
I told you in my earlier messages. Didn't you read them? I'm ready to marry you, and I have a special surprise.
I have no idea what has gotten into you, but let me make this clear. I do not want you in my life ever again. I don't even want to see you.
What? Katrina, come on. You have to learn to put the past behind you. This is a good thing. I'm ready to settle down and get married.
And I am telling you that I do not want to marry you. I'm happy that we broke up, and I want to keep it that way.
No, you don't know what you're saying. I get it. It must be that time of the month or something.
I know that you did not just say that to me. I am not holding a grudge, and I am not on my period. I just want to stay broken up with you.
But, have you considered getting back together with me? And getting married instead?
And just what would I want to do that for?
Well, you and I were dating for about 10 years once. You can't honestly expect me to believe that you have gotten totally over me since then. I know that you still want all of this. I am formally accepting your proposal to me from all those years ago. Our wedding is tomorrow, so you have to tell me where you live. So I can give you more details like where the wedding will be held at.
Is that what you meant when you said venue? Don't tell me that you've actually booked a place to do this.
But of course I have.
What the heck are you even talking about? How could you plan a whole wedding without telling the person you want to marry? Don't you realize that even if I were to get married, I would need time to get so many things ready. Try on dresses, invite family and friends, etc.
Oh right, about all of that. I actually just asked your older sister for help. So she already has got that covered.
What? You asked Mary for help planning this.
Yeah. You and her are about the same age, similar build, look pretty similar. So I just had her stand in for all the fitting and stuff like that.
Wow. That is just, wow. Well, you do know that I stopped talking to my sister around the time I turned 28, right? I couldn't trust her with anything anymore, so I finally decided that I needed to cut her out of my life.
Okay. I didn't really ask for your life story. I was just using her as a stand-in, get it? Anyways, the wedding is going to be tomorrow in Portland at the Nines Hotel. You are scheduled to arrive there around 3 p.m., so don't be late, okay?
There is no way that I am going.
Oh come on, you can stop playing hard to get now.
I won't be going because I have a date tomorrow with my husband.
Wait. Hold on. Husband? What do you mean by that? Oh, you mean me. Well, I don't know if I would call a wedding a date, per se. Besides, after the ceremony, we still have to go to the courthouse. And sign all the paperwork and all of that.
That is not what I am talking about, Paul. I mean that I have a date with my husband. AKA the man that I married 3 years ago.
Huh. But we haven't done any of that yet.
You know, I am actually rather surprised that you haven't heard that I got married after you and I broke up. After all, my husband is your second cousin Marty.
Wait. Marty is in. That Marty. But isn't he like 5 years younger than you or something?
Yes. Yes, he is. What about it? And I also just want to let you know that Marty and I started dating long before I learned that you and him were related. I only realized that you two must be related somehow when I met his relatives at the wedding and recognized some of them.
Wait. Are you serious?
I know, you must be quite surprised, huh? I was too, actually. But then I started asking around about how you were doing. Your cousin told me that you were talking big about inheriting money from some older relatives. Even though you weren't even in the wills. He told me that you made a lot of people mad that way. And that most of the family has cut you off since then. I heard that even your parents have been keeping you at arm's length. I guess you must have really just burned through all of their patience.
No. That's not right. You've got it all wrong.
Oh, really? Well, do I have it wrong that you're actually drowning in debt right now?
Well, no. Not exactly.
And something tells me that you only came crawling back to me. Because you know that my dad runs his own company. You must think that if you and I got married, that you would have some shot at getting a cushy job or something, huh?
See, I knew you still like me. You know me so well.
I know you well enough to know how selfish you are and that you only act when the outcome will benefit you. And that you always think of people in terms of what they might be able to do for you one day.
And what is wrong with that anyways?
Tell me, Paul, is that why you turned me down? Did you not see a very beneficial future with me at the time?
No. Of course not.
Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, I am already married and have kids. Also, just for your information, my dad already has a successor for the company. And there are no jobs available for you.
What did you just say?
It is all there, typed out for you to reread as much as you want. But even if we did get married, your pathetic little plot would have failed anyways.
Oh geez. I can't believe this. But what am I supposed to do about the wedding tomorrow? I paid for everything on credit thinking that once you and I were married, that I would be able to convince your rich family to cover most of it.
Where did you say it was again? The Nines Hotel in Portland? Why, that place is really quite fancy.
It wasn't cheap at all. Please, you have to give me at least a little money.
That is not going to happen.
But you didn't even take any time to think about it. Come on, this is really bad. What am I supposed to do now? Are you there? Please pick up, this is really, really serious. I'm not joking. Please, you have to help me. I'm in a big, big mess right now. What should I do? I ended up marrying your older sister earlier today. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Wait, what? You still went through with the wedding today?
Yeah, I wasn't going to go, but then a bunch of big, scary guys who said they were her friends showed up at my doorstep and dragged me to the nines. Then, they made me go into where all the wedding stuff was set up. And she was there waiting for me. They all crossed their arms and watched as we got married. Then, she took the wedding papers that I had gotten ready for you and I, scratched out your name and wrote hers in instead. After that, she handed it to one of her goons who ran off to the courthouse.
Wow. That is just crazy. Actually, now I am curious, was reconnecting me with Mary actually supposed to be the surprise? Were you going to try and make us make up and be friends again or something?
No. Of course, it wasn't that.
I mean, you included her in all of the wedding planning. And even invited her to show up on the day of, apparently.
Well, okay, maybe that was my plan, but so what? Is that really so bad?
Okay, I think I see what is going here. I am guessing that Mary had every intention of marrying you from the start.
Wait. What do you mean by that?
You really must not have noticed at all, but you are actually exactly Mary's type. I remember when we were dating, she used to fawn over you around me all of the time. She would just be so annoying about it. I really just couldn't stand it at all.
Wait, you mean that your sister liked me?
Yeah. I think she never really lost her crush on you for the entire time that we were dating. I really didn't think much about it at the time, really.
What are you even talking? Why didn't you ever say anything about all this to me before? But I guess it doesn't really matter now. What is important is that I didn't want to marry your sister.
Well, I really don't know what you want me to do about it.
Well, what do you think I should do about the little army of thugs she is doing everything she says?
Again, that really isn't my problem.
But I mean, just who is she? Why do they all do what she says?
I seriously don't know. We haven't talked in years.
You don't think she is some kind of gangster or something, do you?
Can you please stop asking me? I literally don't know and don't care. Moreover, I do not want to get sucked into whatever mess you are in right now.
Come on. We dated for a whole decade and now you aren't going to help me at all? Aren't you worried about me?
Nope. Not really.
I don't believe this.
I really want nothing at all to do with my ex-boyfriend or my sister who I don't talk to anymore. You two seem like you have a lot of trouble headed your way. And I want to stay as far away from it as possible. Of course, we may have to see you every now and then since I am technically married to a family member of yours. But I plan on avoiding that as much as humanly possible.
Well, is he there? Can you let me talk to him?
Yes, he's here. And he has a message that he wants me to pass along to you actually.
What did he say?
He says that you were cut off from the family for a good reason. And that you better not try and use him as some kind of way to repair the damage that you've caused for yourself.
But I seriously need help. I don't know what to do. I never wanted to get married, especially not to the woman I'm with now. This is really, really bad.
I see. Sounds rough. Anyways, see ya.
No, wait. You can't leave me like this. Please. You have to help me. You have to do something. I don't know where else to go.
That man really needs to make a decision about marriage. Is he committed or not? Either way, when he reached out for help, I opted to block his number. Ironically, his messages served as a reminder that I forgot to do it after our breakup. Following that, news spread quickly about the situation. I attempted to gather more information from some of his family members, only to discover that he and Mary are still cohabiting. Supposedly, Mary is expecting Paul's child. However, I can't help but feel sorry for what the child will have to endure growing up. Despite that, I don't harbor any guilt. I'm uncertain about their next steps. After Mary married my ex, whom she desired so much, she learned about the substantial debt he was in. We'll see how long the newlyweds can endure as a couple. Personally, I have no interest in knowing more about them.